Hey Derek, how are you? Um, I'm just going to record this short video and show you how to use the CVG software. I saw you signed up. I saw you played, hundreds of games with long time control for classical chess. So I'm actually going to log into my own account and show you how I use it. I am Fishbrah, Fishbrah on Lichess, the founder and CEO of ChessLessons.com. Started in 2014, where we have lots of videos you can watch for free. And I'm happy to get your feedback. So I actually built this with a few friends who work at Google and Amazon and BMW. So they're hardcore data analysts and software engineers, and I'm the chess player in the mix. And we're constantly updating this based on user feedback with people like you. So feel free to give me feedback and tell me what you'd like to see, and me and my team are happy to create it. So this is how I use the software. So I have a couple of players, grandmasters, and players between 1600 to 2500. I like to play a lot. I'll just show you an example of some games I played against. Let's see, this player Nars actually, who is he's about uh, 2100 on Lichess. And so this is the opponent filter. What the opponent filter does, it lets you prepare for a specific opponent. So if I go to Nars and click Nars, I played hundreds of games against him. It tells me that I have 997 mistakes. So I'll show you what all the buttons do. I'll try to keep this video under 2 minutes. So the first thing you want to do to feel some satisfaction is hit easy and try to win some of these levels versus the engine. So the easy levels are usually levels where you are somewhere between +5 to +10, but you made a mistake. So in this position, my king was in check. I played king g2. And yes, you're still winning after king g2 because the eval goes from 7 to 6, but it's not the best move. And if you want to see the best move, you just hit AI fight if you don't want to guess. And you see the artificial intelligence fight, which is just stockfish versus stockfish. And it allows you to put it on 14, 16, 18, or 20 if you want better moves, but it just takes a little bit longer. So yeah, so here I got a little panicked. I saw I was in check and I ran away when I could just take the pawn. And that's something I might want to know. If you'd like, I can enable delete level on yours as well. So what I would try to do on easy mode is actually beat the engine from this position. And I'm up a bishop, which shouldn't be, too hard, but it's still a little bit of work. So another option that you have here as you're trying to beat the engine is to do this in Lichess. The reason why I say do this in Lichess is because it has the added advantage that it's recursive. Meaning, so right now I'm trying to beat this engine from this position, which I'm still winning. I'm still +6. And obviously this is like a very easy win. If you want, I'll play it out. So what happens is when you win the level, you get a completion. And down the road, you can filter by levels where you got completions or didn't get completions. So this player gave me 19 chances easily to win where I made a mistake. He gave me 59. This is out of 270 games. He gave me 59 chances to win in a medium level. That's anywhere from +3 to +6 where I made a mistake. In this case, I played bishop takes e5. I probably assumed it's a winning endgame anyways. I like to do that sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work in my favor. And I lost 4 pawns over there, which made it harder probably for me to win. And as you can guess, the hardened GM mode just make it harder, but that means they still gave you chances to win. Now, if you'd like to study your mistakes based on a part of the game that you have specific trouble versus a specific opponent, you can hit the opening, you can hit middle game, you can hit end game, or you can hit checkmate. Checkmate and first mistake are still in the beta process. What first mistakes does is it actually, someone pointed out, it finds your first inaccuracy and tries to help you build a repertoire. So what would happen with first mistake is that I just have to disable endgame and hit first mistake. It basically shows you the first mistake you made against that opponent in every game, and then gives you a customized repertoire. The customized repertoire will open in a new screen, so I'll have to actually come back and show you that manually because I'm only recording this screen. And what happens in that screen is that it gives you what moves you should play, and how the opponent could respond. And since this is a new feature, all the levels don't have it perfectly, but any levels you have now should have it perfectly because I've extracted them for you today. Okay, so what else do we have here? So you have an extracted game mode. So extracted game means you can go to the game where you actually played that game and quickly take a look at it. So I lost this game. The reason I lost this game was because I went from an even position by playing king d6 to -6. That's why it pulled it up for me. I'm going to go to my end games where I made a minimum mistake of one whole pawn and show you some of the more levels. So this says I lost at least a pawn on my move in the end game, and I have 988 of those. And if I want to see it just from the side where I'm black, I can do that. And I have 532 of those. I think I've extracted 1,000 of my games. So another cool thing you can do with this software is that let's say you have a level and you want to beat a hard level, right? So this is where things get very fancy. Here I tried to exchange rook takes c4, and I thought that was a winning endgame. I was wrong. I went from +3 to probably even. And you can see I only spent 2 seconds on that move, so that's probably why you shouldn't play a lot of blitz. But here's something really cool. If you hit sparring mode, it'll take you directly into Lichess. And I think part of the issue why you can't see that on my screen is I'm only recording this tab, but it'll take you directly into Lichess and allow you to play this level against Stockfish level 8 inside of Lichess. But what happens is it's recursive, so you can play both sides of this level in the sparring mode of Lichess, and every time you make a mistake again from that position, let's say you come here, you watch AI fight, and you're like, okay, I have a better sense of what to do now in this position. Now you go back to Lichess and try again. If you make a mistake again, the AI will pick it up and add more levels to your CVG. What other cool features does this have? One thing I like is after I hit AI fight and I see a really cool game between engine versus engine from a mistake that I made, what I like to do is go and copy PGN here. And once I copy that PGN, I can put that into ChessBase, I can put that into Lichess, I can put that pretty much in any software. Another thing is, let's say I'm playing against the engine myself, and I'm fine, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm winning. I'm doing great over here, and I come to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. I just hit bookmark. That bookmark is saved down here, and I could play that bookmark anytime I want, or I can copy it and take it into another program and analyze it. Another cool feature is, let's say you want to just do an analysis board. So you hit this button. Once again, I'm only recording this tab on my screen. Next time I make a video, I'll do the whole entire computer screen. But once you hit this button, it'll go into Lichess analysis mode. So one really cool thing I want to show you is multi-game analysis. Let's say you filter. So I played this Grandmaster. His name was Garbuzian. He's like about 3,000. I think his FIDE rating is about 2,600, but on Lichess he's a little bit stronger. So let's say I wanted to see all the mistakes I made from the black side versus Garbuzian. Um, and yeah, I wanted to just see that. So I would hit multi-game analysis. And you know how sometimes in Lichess they say, hey, would you like to watch the top games? So what multi-game analysis does is that it opens up a separate tab. But instead of watching the top games of all the top chess masters that you don't really understand their openings, now it's just playing out the top games of your own mistakes. So it takes every single position in the filter where you made a mistake versus that player. And I believe my screen recording software is causing some flashing. I don't believe that's the software itself. But basically, you can see all windows. I know some people, it bothers them to see multiple windows at once. But you could just flick through like a little mind movie and watch the exact moment where you made a mistake versus a specific player and see how Stockfish versus Komodo or Stockfish versus Stockfish or any engine versus engine would handle that exact position. And next time, if you reach a similar position, your brain subconsciously kind of has a better sense of what to do. And if you want to watch them 6 at a time or 5 at a time or 4 at a time, let's go back. Then I think you should be able to do that with no issues. Here we go. I'm going to hit 9. And should pick up on the entries. So here, now it's 9 per page, and you could watch your mistakes for a specific opponent just play out, and it just keeps going and going and going in auto loop. So sometimes at the end of the day, I'm tired. I know I have a match versus someone tomorrow. I'll just watch this, and then if I reach similar positions, I'm like, okay, well, I know what to do. I saw two engines battle from the exact point of my own mistake. But typically, the goal is when you're CVGing, you want to try to beat as many of your easy, medium, and hard levels as possible in the opening, middle game, end game. And if you're up for the challenge, I know I've done this for some of my levels, even try to win or draw some of your GM mode levels. If you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, this is a work in progress. Our team is dedicated to feedback and improving CVG. Thank you, Derek, and I hope you get the most use out of the software and feel free to reach out to us.